sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the Space City of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too. Mobile quarterbacks.
The Texas A&M Commerce Lions football team is the college football program representing Texas A&M University of Commerce. The school competes in the Lone Star State Conference in the Division II of the National Collegiate Athletic Association. First season, 1915, played two national titles back in previously 2017, and the first one in 1972. Conference titles F125. Okay.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month?
Oh, yeah, never mind.
In Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Deshaun Watson ready to lead the Texans offense, coming off a great turnaround season in 2018. Remember, 2 years ago, he missed much of his rookie campaign with a knee injury, but he led the Texans to an 11-5 record and an AFC South title last year. Watson on first down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Have no idea what they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed two terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game.
The school is located on 2200 Campbell Street, Commerce, Texas, 75428. It is home to the Lions football team and the Lions softball team.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he finds Stills complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards.
Yeah, that was a
huge
fucking play.
Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson.
Defense.
Man with a crossing route. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Oh, yes.
Got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Oh.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big
I need to stop looking at my phone.
His guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. He's looking deep for Bell. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
There we go, we turned the favor.
Now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions, they're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And Brown's got it for a Denver touchdown. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go
Texas A&M Commerce was founded in 1889.
The ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they get under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. To try again after the sack. Watson, Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Tech. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Yeah, I need to stop looking on my phone.
He's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
I try to get more information, and then just like seeing this shit happen. I'm hearing it. I'm not seeing it.
And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to
Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs.
All right, defense, can you not make those plays when I'm not looking at the screen?
Sudden change. You've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our player spotlight, and he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much Not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Jared May is the co-offense coordinator for the quarterbacks on Texas A&M Commerce. He joined this crew in the winter of 2013.
Down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
As well as undertaking the primary responsibility of the A&M Commerce quarterbacks, as well as the Lions punt return unit. In 2017, under May, Luis Perez became the best quarterback in NCAA Division II, leading the Lions to the 2017 Division II national championship title. Perez is awarded the Harlan Hill Trophy, awarded to the best player in Division II. Perez led the country with 4,999 passing yards and 46 touchdown passes. Shit. He's a good coach.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
In addition to the Harlan Hill Award, Perez won Division II Ron Lynn's Offensive Player of the Year and National Offensive Player of the Year and LSC Offensive Player of the Year, and was named a first-team All-American by 3 different organizations. The Lions averaged the second most passing yards per game, 349, and the third best completion rate, 68.8%, and were the top 20 in the nation in pass efficiency. Jesus Christ.
To throw again on second down.
How do you guys only play Division II?
Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
This defense has been very disruptive early on.
The Lions led the Lone Star Conference in completion percentage to passing offense. The Lions also led the LSC in punt return average, 10.14 yards.
The ball is out. Watson lost it.
Y'all, I need to stop looking at my phone when this shit happens.
He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
158.21, 13th. Rose was 10th in the nation in passing touchdowns, 12th nationally in passing yards, and 16th in nationally in passer efficiency rating. He's a second in the conference in completion percentage and third in completions. May has been instrumental in the development of the Lions signal caller since his arrival. Under his guidance, Tyreek Rawlinson developed into one of the NCAA's best passers. Rollins finished 2014 as the #1 most successful passer in NCAA. He third in passing yards per game, 342. And
now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
And
as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go.
And yards per completion, 16.5. He finished 4th in total passing yards, 3,764, and 12th in touchdown passes.
Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Under his direction, the Lions blocked 8 punts in 2013 and 6 in 2014. Led the LSC and NCAA in back-to-back seasons.
With a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Yeah, he is actually the best person I've ever seen so far. Wow. Christina, you got lucky. You found someone who's really good at coaching. And he was actually pretty nice.
And that one will fall incomplete.
You're a good softball coach, he's a good football coach. Why is he not in the NFL yet?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Shit, the Broncos need to coach like that. Come on now.
This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
John Elway, if you ever listen to these podcasts, please try to contact Jared May and try to get him to coach the Denver Broncos, because we need some good winning seasons, and he has done an enormous, excellent, fantastic job since 2013
and guess what? They're so deep, they really
with the Texas A&M Commerce Lions football team.
Murray now. Over the middle here to Brown.
Marquise Hollywood Brown, have yourself a day.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first.
Oh shit, really?
The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Holy shit, how did they get that done?
Extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra
The
point
prayer
from McManus
was answered.
So we've come to
How the
halftime
fuck
after
did
a
that
very
happen?
one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over
Take
to
it away,
Orlando
Coach, for the
for
halftime
Jonathan
show.
Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, an NFC South matchup between Atlanta and Carolina. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South. We head back here to Florida, check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jacoby Brissett throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Robbie Anderson, a touchdown reception. In our game, it was a rookie Kyler Murray showing the flash that made him choose football over baseball. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach,
So
thank you.
how
Welcome
the
everyone
fuck
back
did we
for
just do that?
quarter number 3.
Score on the
Broncos
very
with
last
lead,
play
and they will be receiving
of the
this
half.
kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Flushed out right. Oh, fancy running by Murray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Murray. And that is incomplete.
Ooh, just overshot it.
There on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Let's make these babies cry.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Travis Fulgham, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Chef Jalen Ramsey at it again.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't get...
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Watson. Hopkins on the ground over the middle. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back now in Houston, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on third down, Watson, and he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, you got 3. Three down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 42. They run it again with Kamara. Stays on his feet. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Broncos, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, for the Texans, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
So long from Texas. We will be back in Kansas City.